Hi guys and gals, I'm back again. More discussions as always. I want to be putting up more uh, I should say, suggested games, but I haven't got around doing it. I'm just been busy. But today, I got a couple things I want to discuss, but I'm just going to put them in separate videos. Um, One was apparently that 2K19 has ads in it, and apparently people who had bought the game for full price were seeing these ads and they were unskippable. Uh, no, I know, excuse me, that the game had recently went on sale for ooh, good lord, um, for it was 95% off, and it was $3. So I guess that they, um, I think it was EA had claimed that. Only those people got the ads, but apparently people who paid full price are getting the ads. And we could get in a big discussion about greed and whatnot, but I like how the person who put up their video basically said that, something about loot boxes, and I guess that people were feeling scammed. Certain countries outlawed loot boxes because of this, I guess something like a gamble thing, or people are paying a lot of money and um, um, you don't know what they were getting, but it it's really a shame. It's really a shame that the industry could be, a few could ruin it for everyone else. I haven't had that problem. I've been buying AAA games or games that I thought were good. I don't even know, frankly, what's considered a AAA game, the technical definition, but I've been buying good games for a little while now, and I haven't had that problem, fortunately. Um, but I mean, personally, there's a couple things that one could debate here. I mean, the greed obviously is there. I really don't like that, you know, companies should even resort to such a thing because they could be working on better content, especially if it's EA, like they're saying, because I'm asking myself, why can't they redo games that they've released? For example, the Dead Space games, and it kind of blows my mind that they're resorting to such things. Uh, but what this person brought up was that he was saying that the government was getting involved, and he personally thinks that's a bad thing, and I'm going to agree with him. But I mean, we're away from that. The other thing you got to consider, if our government can technically, and I say again, I live in the United States, so that everyone can't assume, but our government, or you know I should say that no one's asking questions, but our government could do away with that, and I don't think it would really kill the industry. Personally, I'm not really worried about government getting into games because there's no reason they should be getting into them as long as they're making money. It's just a testament to some greedy or bad apples that want to ruin it for everyone else. And I think that programmers, developers, and companies see that that players don't like those things and they shun away from them, and you know they're not going to put them in. You guys, and everyone have to remember that just because you're a gamer doesn't mean you know you're going to take whatever shit they throw at you and swallow it. You're the customer. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. If you don't like it, and they see that they're losing money, they can't just ignore you. I mean, especially when their sales go down. So if they see that their customers don't like what they're doing, um, they're not going to do it. So I'm ultimately not worried about that because then, if it's basically like a restaurant, you can't make bad food. And if the one restaurant goes out because they want to be stubborn, another one will come in that makes good food, and you just go to that one. So I'm not really worried that gamers, the game industry is going to take a big hit on that because, like, Capcom, when they were pushing out Resident Evil games that really no one liked, sales took a dip. People complained about it, and eventually they got the message, and they came out with Resident Evil 7. So, I mean, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. That's off the topic a little bit. I pretty much like even the bad Resident Evil games I like, but that's not the point. It's just that people will speak with their wallets, and ultimately, that's in the end, that's what matters. Um, so I'm not really worried about the big repercussions, not unless companies saw that people were ignoring it. I think that they see that people don't like it. The other thing you got to remember is a lot of people who make these games are gamers. They're not just business people. They don't just care about the dollar signs. When you have people like that, then they just don't care about the product, and it just hits the fan. But a lot of people, they're gamers themselves, so they care about what they make because they want a good product as well. Uh, that's mainly my point on that aspect, because I don't think it could really impact our beloved industry so bad. Um, I'm not really worried about the government and all that good stuff, and I'm not worried about loot boxes taking over. Um, the ads are a different story. Once again, I think you know people complain enough they won't have it, or you know one company sees that another company is getting another flag for it. They're not going to. If you remember when they released the Xbox One, it was going to be discless. It was going to have any disc. A lot of people said, well, so far, well, I'm not going to get one then. And a lot of there were a lot of people who pre-ordered the PS4. Sony saw that, so they made note of it, and that's the way it goes. I don't hate on. I think Microsoft was trying to move in a direction they felt was the right thing, but ultimately decided it was too early, or just didn't. They weren't going to go about it the right way. Um, but I'd like to know your thoughts about them. I'm not really worried. I mean, could they happen? Yeah. I don't look forward to that day, but I'm not particularly worried because gamers like me and a lot of millions of other people in the country and around the world do not like those things where the customers, we speak up, and ultimately we're the ones who have the say. People complain a lot about, you have that on the game. Developers and publishers, they can't turn their head on us. They can't because then they won't sell. So, hey, you know. All right, well, this is Al signing off, and guys and gals, have a nice day. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your comments on it. I'm always down for discussion. So have a nice night.